I have some news. Let me explain. I quit my job. Alright, so why did I quit my job? Well, there are a number of reasons that I ended up quitting. If y'all didn't know, I worked at a grocery store. I work at a Bilo, or it was a Bilo, and then we turned into a Harvey's. They're all owned by the same company, so they're just turning into something new. But I ended up leaving. What happened is I just ended up putting in my 2 weeks notice, going through that process, and 2 days ago, Saturday, was my last day. So why did I leave? Like I said, there were a number of reasons. One of the biggest things is I was not getting paid enough. I had been there for over a year and they hadn't given me a raise or anything. So I was doing a lot of stuff and getting little in return. Yes, I know working retail, especially as cashier bagger and that type of thing, you're expected to get paid a little over minimum wage. Which, I mean, I understand that. But when it became a problem is when I started noticing newer people coming in who hadn't had prior experience getting paid more than me. And that just that was a red flag to me, and just, why am I not getting paid more? I've been here longer than them. So it was kind of aggravating getting less in return for what I was doing. Now, the biggest reason of why I just decided to move on was I got a better job, I got something that paid better, and I'm really happy with it. It's a furniture delivery store, and it's probably the most fun job I have ever been a part of. Like, I started out, I was doing yard work and stuff just to earn money so I can build a computer, that type of thing. Then I got the job at Blarvy's, Bilo. And this is like, I've been working both jobs for the longest time. And finally, I just decided to make this my only job. Now, basically what I do is I just deliver furniture, I take orders, that type of thing. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, the workers, there aren't many workers. I'm one of 4 employees, but we're kind of close-knit and tight, and it's a lot of fun, and I love it. So that's the largest reason behind me leaving the job at Harvey's. Also, I got college coming up, and really I got my future coming up. It's right in front of me, and I don't have time to be working 2 jobs, especially one that just doesn't pay well. So I weighed my options, and Harvey's or Capital Furniture, better pay, lesser pay, and I chose Capital Furniture, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So how does this affect me in my YouTube career? This is going to give me a lot more time to focus on like my gaming channel and my vlogging channel, and I'll be able to put more time and effort into making content. Overall, I'm really happy with the decision. It was definitely sad leaving. It's not that I'm gonna miss the job, I'm gonna miss the people. I grew a lot of friendships, and it was just really hard having to see them, like, a lot of the people were really sad to see me leaving, and I mean, it hit me right in the feels, because I was like, I didn't realize I had that much of an impact. For instance, here I am working on the front end, and like the bakery, they come up and they bring me this. I almost cried. But no, I'm really happy with this decision, and I know it was kind of weird. I had a talk with my manager afterwards, and I just asked him for feedback, that type of thing. And the words he gave me are gonna probably stick with me forever. He told me to be responsible, because responsibility is like, now that I'm in the workforce, I gotta be responsible. And you know, it's so right. I gotta be responsible. I gotta keep up with my schedule. I gotta be there on time. I gotta do my job. I gotta be responsible and do it with integrity, that type of thing. Also, he said, grow up. And like, he was like, I don't mean this in a mean way, but you need to grow up mentally. And I was just like, you're so right, because like I mean, here I am, I'm only 17 and I've just left my first job, and I mean, I'm definitely not like fully grown up or anything, and I do have a lot of growing up to do, mentally especially. But I mean, he was also like spiritually and emotionally, that type of thing, because like here I am, I'm leaving my first job and I'm going out into the world even further, so really growing up. And the other thing he said was give yourself 100%. And it took a little bit to just kind of understand and comprehend what he meant by that, but giving yourself 100%, like give yourself your all. Like be real 100% with yourself. Don't fake yourself out. Don't lie to yourself about things. Work your hardest, because you are your worst critic. Really, like I am my own worst critic. Like I'm gonna criticize myself more than I'll criticize anybody. So I mean, you gotta give yourself 100%. So those two things kind of like they're gonna stick with me forever, and I'm definitely gonna remember that down the line, because here I am, I'm sitting across my manager, and I'm just thinking, wow, like here I just left my first job. It's already been a year, and I still have like hopefully 40 years left to live, or 50, I don't, depends on how long I live. Yeah, it was just like, wow, this is just like a small portion of my life, but it's gonna stick with me forever. So I would give you all the same advice. If you're in the workforce or if you're not in the workforce, be responsible, grow up, and give yourself 100%. So yeah, I've turned over a new leaf. I've done something new, and I feel good about it. I'm excited to see where I go from here. I'm excited to see what God has in store for me from this point on. So if you ever have an opportunity to take a better job or take a better opportunity, if you're not happy with the place you're at, weigh your options and really determine, okay, why am I here? What is the purpose of me being in this position? And how do I find a way out? And I mean, maybe you need to be in that situation. Maybe there's a reason you're in that situation. You need to discover why. If you've gotten to the point where like this job, it served its purpose. Like for me, like the job, it served its purpose. My goal was to buy a car, and I did that, and I'm super happy about that. So the job served its purpose, and it's time to move on. Definitely, I encourage you to, if you're in a situation like this, weigh your options. Don't just like make a blind decision. Like for me, it took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of thinking, talking to mentors, and finally I came to a conclusion, and that was me quitting. So a little insight on what's going on in my life. This wasn't a very exciting vlog, but I just wanted to give an update to you. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Ian, and adios.